let's take a look. Today's cryptic crossword is called Mixed Quartets by Henry Hook. Let's take a look at the grid. And in fact, I think this is the same style of puzzle as we actually did in Puzzle Boat 10 earlier this year. Hey, Antipodes. Clues are given in sets of 4. Within each foursome, each clue gives one answer's definition and another's wordplay. One answer should be placed going across, starting at the group's number in the grid. So here is 1, 2, that'll be 3, I've mistyped that, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. The other 3 answers should be placed at symmetric locations by rotating the grid 90, 180 and 270 degrees. And answers include 3 two-word phrases. So let's just update that. Indeed, Catnip. Oh no. And that is rather warm. So I hope you're coping okay. So we've got groups of 4 and we get clues that are actually split in 2. We get the wordplay from one clue and the definition of another, so we'll have to do some clue reconstruction to get this all sorted out. Indeed, Edam, but we did a puzzle like this earlier this year from Foggy Broom, so I think we can do this. Sorry, I think you can do this. I think I can mastermind everything by sitting here and looking smug. So, here are all the 1 clues, and do you know what I haven't done? I haven't got the cans. So I think the best way to do it is to take all 4 clues, read them out, and then start thinking. And get the cans at the same time. There you go. And, I am looking for my paper copy of the puzzle, just so that I know, because it's not necessarily clear where one clue ends and another begins. And I have a paper copy of the puzzle. Here we are. Is that it does oh, that's true, isn't it, Arch? I think there is no other way for it to work. It must be a chain or 2 pairs. Huh. That's all fair and good if you know the starts and endings of everything, but that does help us a little bit. Burdens with a 50-gram rock. That's the first clue. Former Veep, for instance, rejected poetry. Look, properly lined cavities. And running applications somewhere in Massachusetts. Are all the clues, every single clue here is 6 letters. The answer to every single clue is 6 letters in this grid. So, we're after a lot of 6-letter words. Okay. So, answers include 3 two-word phrases. So I'd want former Veep to possibly be Al Gore then, because that's 6 letters. Look, properly lined cavities. Okay. Cavities feels like a definition. Running applications somewhere in Massachusetts. What's the... I feel like that's going to be a city in Massachusetts. But what's the postal abbreviation for Massachusetts, please? Is that MA? The M's, there's loads that start with M. Evening, John, as well. Yeah, Cadip thinks MA. I think it's MA, but... could be any of them. I don't know where to start. For instance, could be IE or possibly EG, but usually IE. It is MA. Good, thank you. In case, so we might be putting applications into MA, but that's not quite right. For instance, IE, rejected, becomes EI. Poetry could be odes. Geodes. Okay. If you've got, for instance, which is EG and it's rejected, you get GE, and then you get poetry, which is odes. You get geodes. And that is... I'm going to say cavities? So, okay. How am I going to start representing this? Okay. Just going to write the clues properly. So for... oh, no, not bold, though. No. So, for instance, stupid bold, rejected poetry. That's half. And then would you say cavities are geodes or rock is geodes? I think cavities because it's plural. So that's that, and that's geodes. So I can get rid of that, and we're left with a form of veep. We don't need poetry anymore. And then I'm going to go with cavities, and we've taken something out there. They're hollow spherical rocks, well that makes them cavities then. Okay. So, oh, lined cavities. Okay. Lined could potentially go up here. I'll keep lined here for now, but lined cavities feels like a possibility there. Okay. So these could go with each other. They probably won't. Form of veep. Look, low. I feel like look will be low. Properly. Prim. Loprim. Evening, Caroline. Hope you're doing all right. And hi, Dad. It can't be geode. Everything is going to be 6 letters in this grid. So that at least gives us that it's geodes rather than geodes. So I would agree with you, Dagum, but the grid rules us out there. A hint for the form of veep, please. Which clue completes the form of veep, please? Evening, Stephen. Oh, hang on. It is Al Gore. I was right with the... yeah. Okay. Because it's A is A, 50 is L, gram is G, rock is OR, so therefore we get former... Why is it insisting on putting everything in bold? Former veep a 50 gram rock. That is that. So, there we go. That with could possibly go up there or not, but that's that. So we know that burdens with has to go with this one. And we know that burdens is a definition. Algorithm, it's a good joke. So if something is running, it's on. Application is uses. Applications are used as apps, but I think it'll be... Because apps, for the word application, was that really a thing in 2015? I guess it was. I guess, yeah, the App Store from Apple had really changed it by then. But uses, but on uses doesn't work. Oh, uses could be in Massachusetts. Or is it going to be applications uses in Massachusetts? Mouses. Or is it usemus? There's nothing coming out of there. If it's running, it's on. And uses. It's going to be the burdens, isn't it? I can't remember what that clue started. I shouldn't have deleted it, possibly, because I can't remember whether that's the definition or the wordplay now. It's properly lined cavities. So that's wordplay. So it's not going to go with this. So it must go somewhere with this. First letter of this burdens, please. Is there somewhere in Massachusetts called Onaps? could do with some naps right now. Oh, possibly. No. Okay. I'm getting a sigh. Is there a place in Massachusetts called On News? No. Burdens with. Burdens with running is. Oh, second letter, please. Let's check. Burdens with running applications. Onuses. Oh, for flip's sake! No. Stupid, insane. Okay, onuses. It on uses. Okay, so it's burdens with running applications. That's putting Strava on someone's phone. Burdens with running applications. So we got somewhere in Massachusetts. Look properly lined. So look low properly. Is there a place called Prim? There's going to be somewhere in. It's somewhere in Massachusetts, isn't it? So can I have the first letter, please? Which I'm pretty sure will be an L. It was, Matt. It was. It's just like I just wasn't saying it right. Good stuff. That lined. I'm getting sure that's going to go with cavities. It's going to be somewhere in Massachusetts, and I just don't know. I tell you what, I'm going to put up a map of Massachusetts. The American states, not Salem. Nope. It's not Boston. It's not Springfield. It's not Worcester. It's not Cambridge, because none of them got 6 letters. I am looking for somewhere starting with L. That's a dangerous thing. Hey, Zarmo. There is an East Ham. One word. There's a Dennis. There's a Taunton. It's Taunton in the UK as well, of course. Right. So we've got somewhere in Massachusetts as the definition, and look properly lined. Okay, what if it's not low? And what if it's properly lined, the first and last letters of P and Y? Okay. There is somewhere called Lowell. And if you do it properly, you do it well. So look is low, properly is well, lined then goes with the cavities, and it's somewhere in Massachusetts. Look properly somewhere in Massachusetts. Not heard of Lowell George. No. There we go. That is number 1 done. Can't put anything in yet because we need them to start doing some crosses. But we do... So this is where they'll go. Nothing's going to cross. Well, yeah, 2. We will get this crosser here. And I guess we will guess... So that goes there, that goes there. So we will get some crosses. So we might be able to start pinning it down soon, but probably not. Okay. That's the first set done. I'm just brilliant. That's what it is. Head of household surrounded by small groovy gadgets. Mottled old TV horse kicks the bucket. Soldiers describing last month's countercurrents and teach 200 about legend in boxing ring. Okay, 200. Okay, Calico. 200 about legend in boxing ring is Calico. 200 is CC in Roman numerals. About a legend in boxing, that's Ali. So Ali in CC, and then a ring is O. So that's that. And mottled will be Calico. So we can do that about legend in boxing ring. And that's Calico. Apparently the 5th biggest city. No, I have never heard of it. Okay, and I've now got the next one, and I must remember to put those bits in. Because I know what the old TV horse is kicking the bucket. That is eddies. So that's going to be countercurrents. Old TV horse is Mr. Ed. So Ed kicks the bucket is dies. Ed dies. Eddies. remember to say it differently, like on uses, onuses. And that's going to be countercurrents. So that is old TV horse kicks the bucket, countercurrents. So we can put that there. Have I deleted something too much? Yes, I should. No? That's all done? Okay. Yes, okay, so half of this will go with this, half of that will go with this. Head of household, H. Big Brother starts soon. Looking forward to that. I do enjoy US Big Brother. Surrounded by small, groovy gadgets. Soldier describing last... Soldiers. Ants. GIs. Describing. Goes around. Can be describing. Now, I want the groovy gadgets to be something like etches. Something that etches in a surface. Okay, I want teach to go with head of household surrounded by small, groovy, and then I want gadgets to go with soldiers describing last month's. So now this was in a book that got published as like an anthology, so I've given it the date January 15 because that's when the book came out, but we don't know the actual date that this came out in, so last month won't refer to the month before that this was published. Soldiers, GIs. Gadgets, things, whatsits. Groovy, I want to be rad or cool. Ah, there you go. So we're going to have teach is school. So teach, head of household, that is the H, in... surrounded by small, which is S, and then groovy is cool. So we're left with gadgets and soldiers describing last month's gadgets, which is where the way around that I was expecting it to be. So my solving sense was doing something. We love gadgets. Yeah, nothing. I love a good. I was gonna say I love a good thing to fiddle with, and then I thought better of it, and then I still said it anyway. First letter, please, for this. It's easier when you can actually construct the clue as it's intended. G, interesting. So soldiers are going to be GIs then, or maybe G-men. Last month, unless the last month's is December, so deck. Second letter, please. Not a lot, Catus. Not a lot. G-men are feds. Yeah, they're different, aren't they? Yeah. So we've got GIs, and I need something to do with the LARP, but gizmos fits. Oh, okay. Because month can be MO. Where does the extra S come from? So it's... Oh, it's not describing it at all. It's describing is just a link word here. So GIs, describing is an extra word here that doesn't need to be there. So month is MO, so month is MOS. I don't get what describing last is doing. So I think it's that. But the describing feels like it's a bit extra. Now, we have here, that will be 2 across. That will be 2 in this instance. 1 will go here. So calico can't go here, because Calico can go here because onuses can go down. Eddie's can't go there. Nothing starts with S for 1. School, Lowell, Darnet, and Gizmos. Well, we know that can't happen. Do we know which can go here? Because this will be 2 and this will be 1. Lots end in S. Okay. This will be 2. This will be 1. So it needs to start E, S, or L. Eddie's or school. Curses. But getting 2 would be very useful for this. So 2. So they need to start with the same thing. G. Is it me, or has that got to be gizmos and geodes? So we've got geodes and gizmos. Is there something I need to figure out? Is there something I need to figure out? Probably, but I think that has to go there. Is it this? Should this be a Z instead? Okay, describing last. Is that somehow Z instead of S? Okay. I don't like it. Okay. And then months S is that. So does that now eliminate anything for here? So Calico could be in school. Okay. I would love it if this actually... that could be school or Eddie's. That could be that. And then we have... which one's this? So that one is 1. Al Gore could be... No, nothing else. Nothing else resolves. But that's good. We do at least have 1. Soldiers is still GIs, and that goes around last month, and that is gadgets. So the apostrophe S then becomes part of the linkage. Okay, automobile, favourite with handsome young fellow, defrosted chicken for making tacos. Floor cover in airplane is hiding a place for cocaine. Team's leader had to assume we shoot up. Well, is the cocaine gonna go with shooting up? I'm assuming not, but we shall find out. Okay. Automobile is car, and a favourite is pet. So that's going to be a floor cover. So we've got a carpet. So, and I will add 2 here. So we get 3. Automobile favourite. The with may or may not go there, and then it's just floor cover. Okay, get rid of that. So we've got handsome young fellow, and it could go with, if they're in pairs, would go with in airplane is hiding a place for cocaine. What have I done? Favourite. Technically that. Handsome young fellow. So something lad maybe. Hey Diari! How are you doing today? Team's leader is T. Had to assume. We've not had many anagrams yet. Are we going to do some form of anagram for making tacos or something like that? That went with automobile favourite, didn't it? So that was... So handsome young fellow must be a definition. So therefore it must be Adonis. Because that's a handsome young fellow. So that's got to be Adonis, but where does that come from? Is there. Add on is. Hey, I guess it could be that. It's because it's the first thing that that came into my head. Indeed, there is Arch Davidson, but defrosted could be melted. In tea in dilem backwards. Defrosted, melted, thawed. Okay. Ah. Thawed. Team's leader would be T. And then had to assume we. There we go. So these are pairs. So that's going to go with this, and that's going to go with this. So defrosted is thawed. Team's leader is T. Had is had, and we're going to assume, we're going to put in the middle of it, we. So that is thawed. Defrosted. Team's leader had to assume we. And we know... Actually, just get rid of that. So we know that's shoot up. And we know that those two go together. Whoops. We know that these two go together. Absolutely bloody violet. Completely correct. Do we not? Well, fair enough. We don't know then. I thought we had two pairs, but I think I've got it wrong. Never mind. Shoot up a chicken for making tacos. Chicken for making tacos. I want... A is a chicken. Shoot up. Airplane. Jet would be an airplane. Is a hiding place for cocaine. So handsome young fellow is the definition and shoot up is the definition. So this handsome young fellow is either this and this is either this. So shoot up goes with either this or this. One answer has to begin with I as well, because we have that here. And so shoot up or handsome young fellow begins with I. Shoot up. All I can think of, I can't think of any pleasant ways of shooting something up. Okay. Absolutely, Matt Gray. Absolutely. You hide it wherever you like. Where does... Okay, let's... hint, please. Which way round did the clues go? What pairs with shoot up? What pairs with handsome young fellow? So when I construct the clues, so it is shoot up cocaine. Okay, and then handsome young fellow, a chicken for making tacos. Like anagram of tacos in some way, but okay. First letter of this, the answer to this clue, please. Hey, Neil. Shoot up is probably going to be something like rising, then, or something like that. So A. If you're chicken, you're cowardly. You're yellow. You are a coward. Second letter, please. P. And that's going to be a handsome young fellow. Oh, Apollo. Apoyo is your chicken for making tacos. Okay, because it's hinting that it should be in Spanish. And that's why Arch said por qué earlier. Okay, right. What was the name of the chicken shop? Los Pollos Hermanos or something like that. So Apollo, handsome young fellow. A chicken. We're going to have it this way around. A chicken for making tacos with handsome... young fellow. I'd make tacos with a handsome young fellow. Absolutely. There we go. And we know this starts with I. Sorry, it's Hans. Sorry, Hans. I have a bonus biscuit, Hans, as an apology. Okay. Is a hiding place for cocaine. Well, I think that just means we're going to put C for cocaine in there, because that could be represented by that. So a 4-letter word for an airplane. Second letter, please. In is in. So we're dealing with in. So inject. There we go. Oh, lovely. Light-hearted shooting up there. So shoot up in airplane is a hiding place for cocaine. So it's inject. In airplane is inject, and hiding place for cocaine. C for cocaine. Put that in. We get inject. We can put inject in here. Now, I should be able to start doing things. So that is 3. Let me put that there. So that is 3. So that 2 across is either going to be Calico, Eddies, or School. So that's C, E, or O. So that has to be carpet. We get Calico. Please do start shouting when I do silly things. 1, therefore, is onuses. On uses. This is 3. So that's thawed. That's 2 down. So that's either a D or an O. This is true, Meredith. This is very true. So that has to be school and Apollo. And Lowell. And then I think that gives us Al Gore, Eddies, and darn it, should be Apollo. Shouldn't it? No, thawed. What's gone wrong? Oh no, it goes here. I thought it had to go here. We're all fine. Carry on. Thought. There we go. There we go. Woohoo! And that should make the rest of the crossword a lot easier. So the 4s go here, 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 and here. So that's very useful. Footwear brand sent one back. It's awful. Fun and games, everything for acting president. Has got to be Reagan, surely. Remember using one bad smell to mask another, and tabloid article covers unprotected sex sufficiently. These are some surfaces. Thank you very much, Henry Hook. Right. Oh dear. Okay, right. Footwear brand. 1 sent back could be ENO. It's awful. Enoist. Fun again. So can there be Reagan? Tabloid is going to be a rag, isn't it? So there's your Reagan. Article is Anne, and it covers unprotected sex. Oh, that's a clue. Okay. Tabloid article covers unprotected sex for acting president. That's Reagan. because it's a rag, and then an for your article, and unprotected sex, we take off the first and last letter of sex, so we just get E. So we put E in rag an, and we get Reagan. Now, I keep as much politics as I can out of this stream, but still tee-hee. And that's just gone, isn't it? So sufficiently is left here. It is a Henry hook indeed. Okay. And we should be able to... We can't put that in the grid. It's either here or here. How dare it? Never mind. Yeah, I'm trying to think what sufficiently feels like it should be enough. E-N-O-U-G-H. Yes, there you go. It is. And I was very close with 1 cent back. It's awful because that's where it's going. So, sufficiently 1 cent back. It's awful. So, it's awful is U-G-H. And 1 cent back is E-N-O. So that is your enough. So footwear brand is going to be the definition there. Enough. I can put that one in. And that I think Meredith had. I should give some of these to you when I get stuck, because it will happen. So that could go together. Okay, I want this to be recall for remember. Fun and games is rec and everything is all. Go for recall in the chat. Everybody type it. Sorry. Fun and games is in recreation. Parks and Rec is a fantastic... I really need to crack on with rewatching Parks and Rec. I love it. Fun and games, everything. So that's rec all. And then you add remember because that's the definition. Recall, fun and games, everything. And Zamo literally typing it in the chat. Good work. Someone has to do it. Could go there. Could go there. This should disambiguate it though. Footwear brand using one bad smell to mask another. Is there a footwear brand called Badoro? Because that's odor in B-O. I did. That's me just doing it wrong. It's 2015. Uh, 2015 was when it was, so it's probably 2014 puzzle actually. But oddball. I'm just trying to think of two bad smells. We're going to put one inside the other. To one using one bad smell to mask the other. I mean, Badoro wouldn't fit in the grid anyway, so it's not that. Nike, Adidas. I'm thinking all the trainers, but Jimmy Choo. There you are. There's higher brow. First letter, please, for this. British, technically. Well, sorry about that. Okay. One bad smell to mask another. Reek could be a bad smell, and B.O. Reebok. Hello. There you go. Again, chat, pretend that I've given it to you. You can type it in the chat, and someone will literally type it in the chat again. So, footwear brand. Using one bad smell to mask another. I mean, true, and I did need the help. But then once I got that, that was good. So, that's 4. That has to go here, because it can't fit anywhere else. So we've got inject. No. No. Where's the 4? There, 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 and enough. Right, okay. So Reagan and recall, so that has to go there. And then recall has to go here. It's hard rotating things in my head. There we go. 5. And these go here. So no crosses yet. Eastern missile ought to be inactive. Old Portuguese coin, Bedouin found nearly buried in muck. Pirate returns, so I understand, 1/4 of July. And happy Independence Day to all my American friends for tomorrow. Please put out loutish people. Now, the former Portuguese coin was the escudo. In today's New York Times crossword, of all things. Now. So why would it be that? Eastern is E. Missile is scud. Ought is O. Can ought just be O? I assume so. So Eastern missile ought Old Portuguese. O as in the number 0. Fine. And Old Portuguese coin. And I will put you there. Pirate return, so I understand, 1/4 of July. The 4th of July is literally the letter Y, 4th letter. I want it to be so I understand returned and then the letter Y, something like that. Please put out. Anagram of please. Maybe that's asleep. And then to be inactive. There you go. Please put out to be inactive. That is asleep. Anagram of please. First anagram. Please put out. And then to be inactive. Loutish people. I'm trying to think of famous pirates as well. Silver, possibly. Bedouin found nearly. So is Bedouin going to be something like nomad? Possibly Arab. Would they do that? So it'd be ARA because you take the last letter off. Buried in muck. So is there going to be goo or something? Or mud? Okay, something in mud. Maraud. To pirate is to maraud? Yeah, that's what it is, isn't it? It is exactly that. Arab, minus the last letter, for Bedouin, found in mud. You get maraud, and that's to pirate. I'm assuming. So I'm going to go with pirate Bedouin. Arr. Found nearly buried in muck. Are we happy with pirate there being the definition? Loutish people returned, so I understand 1/4 of July. Loutish people, I could just type this clue now, can't I? Loutish people returned, so I understand 1/4 of July. Okay. Returned so OS or returned so I. First letter for these loutish people. First letter, if you've got this. I'm hoping someone does. All I can think is like boors, BOORS, but it's not going to be that. So I understand, like I see. keep looking at the grid. The grid does not help with number 5 yet. It will when we get to 7, but not this. First letter, please, waterfall. Hoping 9 and 10 really should be quite straightforward by the time we get there. Why? Okay, so the whole thing is being returned. Yahoos then. So, and then I understand is O. 1 is A and the 4th of July is Y, and it's all being reversed. So is so. I understand. OH. 1 is A. 4th of July is Y. All reversed. There we go. Boop. Fashionable young reporter I seek. Greek character meets slender obstetrician. Nocturnal spirits astound lady at the start. Southeastern vault is Islamic. Southeastern SE vault. Oh, it could be a jump, but it's. I was thinking of vault as in like a safe. But safe doesn't do anything. Vault, jump, leap, spring, hop. Indeed, Catus, indeed. But you'll be able to give me a word that something starts off with soon. Hopefully, I'll be able to crack at least one of these clues. Greek character. We're going to be dealing with the Greek letter there, aren't we? Meets slender, slim, Muslim, slim, is Islamic. There we go. Greek, and this is number 6. Greek character meets slender, Islamic. The is kind of near. So Muslim, and so we are dealing with clues that we can look at again, which I'd forgotten about. That one and that one. So it has to go here. So I can take out Greek character meets slender. I could just take that all out. Okay. And probably is Islamic. I'll keep is here, just in case. Absolutely, Jem. I am aware that he is no longer with us. 10 years ago, which means that this would have been published just before he passed away then. At least in this book. So we've got LA, ending in CH, ending in BI. Okay, if this is wordplay for Southeastern Vault, then I would assume it starts with SE, and that means it can't be this clue because that starts LA. So it's got to be here. Search. If Vault can be Arch. Hi, Arch. Or ending in BI. Vault ending in BI. That'll be your spirits. Because Seek is there. So can Arch... genuine question. Can Vault be Arch? Oh, lovely. Lovely, Gem. I have Cryptic All-Stars Volumes 3 and 4 pre-purchased already. I have... and planning on getting through them. So that's really nice. Okay. So... Southeastern Vault... Seek. And then Seek goes here. So there you are, Arch. You are in the crossword, and that's going to go here. Okay. Either begins LA or ends BI, and like the Nocturnal Spirits feels like it'll go here. Nocturnal Spirits astound. Amaze. Lamars. Lady at the start. Okay. So that is your obstetrician. Nocturnal spirits. No. How did I do this? Astound is amaze. So it's astound, lady. So obstetrician. Obstetrician, astound, lady at the start. And so we're left with nocturnal spirits. So lady is L, and that's at the start of amaze. Okay. They are all 6-letter words, yeah, which does make it easier in terms of just thinking of words, but harder for actually putting things in the grid. Fashionable young reporter, I, and then nocturnal spirits. Well, there's your I. Fashionable, in. Okay, go for 6. I've remembered to give it to you. I've got this one, but it is in. If you're fashionable, you're in. And it's a young reporter is a cub. That's just journalism slang. Don't quite know why that is. It just is. Fashionable young reporter, I, nocturnal spirits. So that doesn't quite make sense. But the original clues made sense, which was the important thing. Nocturnal spirits. There we go. And that is incubi, your nocturnal spirits. 7. 7. And what clue are these? Well, if this is a can of 7-Up, this is all of them. This is 7 up, 7 across, 7 down, and 7 backwards. Woo! All the 7s. Bad cough hampers a casino worker. Cowboy had to ride pig. Group of students keeping principal in the dark. And the French enthralled by precious embraces. These are good surfaces, I have to say. Right, casino worker, croupier, dealer. That'll be a casino worker, probably be a dealer. But I'm not seeing where dealer comes in. Bad cough hampers A. Okay, anagram of cough with A. And, this was in last week's crosswords twice. This is the 3rd crossword in a row we've had this word. Everybody loves this. So, what is the word for cowboy that I'm thinking of? Go for that word. I'm hoping you're now not going to type the answer to a different one, but it's bad cough and A, anagram of cough and A, and it's a cowboy. Bad cough hampers a cowboy, and it's gaucho, and it's just the in word. There you go. So this is 7. Good stuff. We will teach you, Edam, if this 4th crossword that we have in a row also contains gaucho, I'll lose my little mind. And it's going to go here. Indeed, yeah, the surfaces are excellent. Right. I still want the casino worker to be dealer. Okay, yes, it is. Okay. The French enthralled by precious casino worker. That's what it is, because it's le in dear for dealer. Enthralled by precious, and then we get embraces, and the casino worker is literally dealt with. Dealer. There we go. Got 7 all. So group of students keeping principal in the dark. Half of that's going to go with had to ride pig, and half of that goes with embraces. I'm now looking at the words we've got. So we've got that, and we've got that. Had to ride pig. That's wordplay. So, pig. What is the pig going to be? A sow, maybe? Yes, go for had to ride pig. And I'm going to give you the definition, in the dark. Or just the dark, actually. the dark had to ride pig. Because the pig is going to be a sow. Not hard. No, no. And then had is literally in it. And you get shadow. And I love my typing. It's just terrible. Isn't it just awful? I keep thinking, oh, it's getting worse. I have a feeling it's always been this bad. If I look at my streams from 5 years ago, I think it will have always been this bad. Never mind. So this goes here. Group. You think it's slightly improving? Gosh, how bad was it? Group of students keeping principal in embraces. And we know that it's blank blank A blank PS from this. Yeah. Okay, I've got it. Go for it, chat. I'm happy for you to tell me. I'm going to start. I'll just. There we are. A group of students is a class keeping principal. I'm assuming principal can be P. And then to embrace is to clasp. So clasps. There we go. So not improving. CLASPS. There we go. Does that help us with any of the sixes? Muslim can't go there, there, there. So it must... No, hang on. What? No, I'm looking. It's the fives. Escudo can't go there, can go there, can go there. How dare it? Asleep can't go there, can go there, can't go there, can't go there. So asleep definitely goes here. Maraud can go there, can go there. Yahoos can go there, can't go there, can't go there. So Yahoos goes there. And what are we left with? So we've got a Scudo and Maraud. There we go. Everything has been entered. I'll still colour it yellow. Yellow. 100 hayseeds get smart. Blow into it in end zone and whine about that. Little birds hurry to eat one piece of kale and problem. Something delicate consumes European Union. So this is 8. So we've got there, there. Is that right? Yeah, there, and then there, and then there, and then there. So these all will not touch, but we still got loads of letters, so that's fine. Okay. 100 is probably C. Hayseeds. Straw. What is a hayseed? Get smart. Smart, I want to be clever. Can clever be somewhere else? Problem. Something delicate consumes EU. So EU in something delicate like lace. Or a wisp or something. But EU is going to go in something. Wise up. A wisp. Okay. So we have I'm going to parse it like this. Get smart. Something delicate consumes European Union. That's how I'm going to parse that. So get smart is your definition. And then something delicate consumes European Union. EU in a wisp. So that's that. This is all over it. The little boys. What things do you blow into? There's a raid phrase. Things do you blow into? End zone would be E, and whine, carp, complain about that. Little birds. Hurry to eat one piece of kale. Okay. Based on chi and little birds, I think that must be chicks. Are hayseeds hicks? Little birds, 100 hayseeds. That feels like that works. There you go. Chicks. Those are your hayseeds. So just put an 8 in there. There we go. Indeed, mildly derogatory, but we will gloss over that. Chicks, fair enough. What is that? Oh, it's going to be at risk, isn't it? Okay. If that's not sharks, hurry. That's like high. H-I-E. To eat one and then piece of kale. And then you blow into it a hanky. Oh, nice. Okay, so that's a hanky. So blow into it is your definition. And then hurry to eat one piece of kale. One is an, and piece of kale is K. Okay, and so that leaves in end zone and whine about that. And it goes here. I didn't put wise up in. I didn't. Anyway, this is the last one for 8. In end zone and whine about that. I might leave this because I can't see the answer. The definition is problem. In end zone and whine about that. I'm going to leave that for the second pass. There we go. 9. Here we go. So probably sharks. Not sure about that. Maybe crocus. Oh, could be misers. And kiosks. Still going to have to put everything together though. Cheap people pay heed aboard sheep. Flower I observed at first in canvas twice. Predators boast and swear endlessly. And stands with young woman outside emergency room. So they standsy a kiosk. Now, where's the wordplay for it? Okay. It's here. I observed at first. I is I, observed at first is O. And in Kansas twice. So KS, KS. There's your kiosks. So we're just left with flower. In that set. So that is going to be a crocus, is it? OR. No. Emergency room is ER. Okay. Misers. Because you've got miss. Whoops. No, I don't want to do that. Miss outside ER and you get misers. So young woman is miss outside emergency room. And so misers is going to be cheap people. Cheap people with young woman outside emergency room. And so we're left with pay heed aboard ship. Your predators must be sharks. So pay heed is hark. So true, Arch Davidson. So true. You said it, not me. So I'm not being insulting when I now call you cheap. Forevermore. Predators are your sharks. Pay heed is hark, and aboard ship always means put it in SS, and that's always bothered me. because for me it feels like there needs to be like some form of additional indicator to do that. I do get it why it's in the middle of it when you're on board. It just something about that's always bothered me. Anyway, flower, crocus, boast is crow, and swear is cuss. So CROW, CUSS. Take the last letters of both of those, and you get crocus. So I really should write them here in case I need to. So that's kiosks, misers, sharks, and then we've got flower, boast, and swear endlessly. There we go. That is number 9, all done. Those are all in, but I haven't put in what I can't put that in because I don't know what it is. Can be endlessly, can also be auditory. Can endlessly be an auditory indicator? Anyway, last set of 4. Camels dancing on the line. Candy seen in a torn skirt. Entering layouts on stage, my group doesn't tread lightly and goes no farther, obstructed by Mojave's biggest cactus. Oh, I see, for the crocus. I think it's taking off the last letters. I don't think the boast is a homophone thing. Right, what do we got? What do we got? Stomps. Doesn't tread lightly is stomps. Okay. Goes no farther, obstructed by Mojave's biggest, because it's the biggest letter in Mojave. It's the capital. That's quite cute. So that's stops, but with an M in it for stomps. That's quite cute. So we're just left with cactus there. Okay, if that word isn't puzzle. Okay. Oh, didn't have that just simply because I hadn't got 8 across. Fine. So, sweets. Candy. My group is we, so it's sets. Okay. Candy. Candy entering layouts on stage. Those are your sets. My group. I forgot to put an asterisk in there, which is why it confused me. And then candy goes there. And so that is sets with we in it for sweets. And I must remember to give these to you. And okay, go for the final 2 clues as to how you think they're broken up. I think I know it because it's at risk and mescal, and I think so I was just spending a few seconds working out how they go, and I think I now know. So at risk, I think on the line is the definition, and it's on the line seen in a torn skirt. So A is A, and then anagram of skirt, and the other is camels dancing cactus. Anagram of camels for mescal. There's all your anagrams, absolutely. Okay. Right, that's the first pass done. Let's now do the second pass where I put in 1 letter. So problem is a puzzle. Now. So problem in end zone. So is that just going to be Z? And wine about that is to puzzle? Is that to wine? and wine. I'm not spotting this. It is going to be puzzle, isn't it? Is UZ an end zone then, or ZZ is pool wine, P-U-L-E? Because there is a word with that in. I need to look it up. To whimper or whine is to pule. Okay. End is Z and zone is Z. Yeah, fine. So, problem in end zone. So that's ZZ and whine about that. Pule about ZZ for puzzle, which is a problem. There we go. We have decoded the mixed quartets by Henry Hook. There we go. Fun puzzle, and I enjoyed that. And some excellent surfaces, especially when you have to combine the wordplay of one clue and the definition of another. Don't know how crossword setters do it. I can edit a good puzzle. I don't know whether I could construct one like that.